All right, so the last thing we have to do here on our calculation is add the electric furnace to our service calculation over here. So the rule here in section 8, E200 1A III refers us to section 62. The rule in section 62 is 62.118 subrule 4. So on the whiteboard, I'll write it down over here, but first let's just take a look up here at section 62. So if you have your code books in front of you, section 62 deals with heating. So let's just take a minute here quickly to look at the scope, and then we'll go to the rule. This section applies to fixed space heating systems for heating rooms and similar areas. So in a nutshell, baseboard heat, central electric furnace, sauna is a space heating. Don't anybody confuse you that a sauna is other than that. Fixed surface heating systems and fixed heating systems not covered by A or B. All right? This section, the requirements of this section supplement or amend the general requirements of this code. So we have general rules here. We'll leave those for another time, and we'll come down to our rule. So 62-118 demand factors for service conductors and feeders. So the first rule says, where service conductors or feeders are used solely for the supply of energy to heating devices, they shall have an ampacity not less than the sum of the current rating of all devices that they supply. Well, that would say then that that goes in at 100%. But we have to read on. You always have to carry on before you make your first determination. So subrule 1 says goes in 100%. Subrule 2 has a notwithstanding clause. So really it means in spite of what it says in 1, we're allowed to do something different in this rule. And what it says is, where service conductors or feeders are used solely for the supply of energy to heating devices, and where the service or feeder supplies loads of a cyclic or similar nature such that the maximum connected heating load will not be operated at the same time, the ampacity of the feeder conductors shall be permitted to be based on the maximum load that may be connected at any one time. So that says feeder. We're doing a service conductor here, so subrule 2 is out. We can't apply it. So we carry on to subrule 3. It also has the notwithstanding subrule 1. Notwithstanding subrule 1, where a heating installation in a building for residential occupancy is provided with automatic thermostatic control devices in each room or heated area, the ampacity of service conductors or feeders supplying heating devices only shall be based on the following. A, the first 10 kilowatts of connected heating load at 100% demand factor, plus B, the balance of the connected heating load at 75%. Subrule 3A and B is how we put baseboard heat into residential occupancy areas. This central furnace is not this type, because if you read subrule 3, it talks about automatic thermostatic control devices in each room. This central furnace is going to have one temperature control device. So we have to carry on. We get down to subrule 4. Where service conductors or feeders are used to supply an electric thermal storage heating system, duct heater, or an electric furnace, the connected heating load shall be calculated at 100% demand factor. So right there, we know that that is the rule that this electric furnace is to go into the service at. 100% no break at all. All right, so once you've done, you always take your time to review your calculation. Make sure we didn't miss anything. We have the range. We've got the clothes dryer. The carburetor is out because the load is less than 1,500 watts. We've allowed for the domestic hot water tank. We've allowed for the pool heater. And we've allowed for the electric furnace. We've got our area demand. The 10,000 watts, we add it all up. All right, so that is 8-200 subrule 1A, which is perform the calculation. You perform the calculation, we add it up, and the value demand for the service in watts is 47,975 watts. At this point, in Section 8, this is the part here where it says, the calculated load for service or feeder supplying a single dwelling shall be based on the greater of item A or B. So A was the calculation we performed, and B is the part where it says if the area of the floor is more than 80 meters squared, so in this case we're way over it, we're 473, the minimum demand that you must have is 24,000 watts. So it's the greater of A or B. This is greater than B. That is the calculation demand in watts. At that point, that is the calculation. And we'll leave it at that. The next part would be to turning it into amps, going selecting your conductors, etc. And that'll be for a later video. Thank you.